Video game predictions for 2025 Part 2. Here are 6 more. This is Talking Games and Touching Grass. Inside Edition. Assassin's Creed Shadows is going to end up being a surprising success. I don't think it's going to necessarily save Ubisoft or anything, but I do think it's going to postpone their demise. I think it's both going to review pretty well, scoring above an 85 on Metacritic, and also sell pretty decent. Expect headlines like, "Is Ubisoft back?" Or things like, "Assassin's Creed Shadows remind us why we used to love Ubisoft." Stuff like that. My second prediction is a bit abstract, but stay with me. Nintendo will not know how to market Luigi. If this prediction is true, it'll be very obvious by the end of the year, and if we're not too sure, then I got it wrong. But given recent events, I think Nintendo's going to go one of two ways. They're either not going to mention Luigi this entire year, despite the fact that I do think there will be a new Mario game this year, and he will be in it. He will never be mentioned and not be shown in any trailers. Or they will try to market Luigi, go out of their way to separate him from, like, the headlines that are not related to him in any way, but you know what I mean. And instead it'll backfire and get memed to no end, and the Luigi stuff is going to become an even bigger problem for them. One of those two things. Prediction number 3, Avowed gets announced and released for the PS5 and ends up selling better on the PS5 than it did on the Xbox. Prediction number 4, I think the next Bluepoint game is the God of War 1 remake, or if they're remaking more of them, it's the God of War remakes. And I think it's probably part of a larger collaboration with Sony Santa Monica to not only help make assets for the next God of War game, but also help make assets for their new IP. Because if you're doing a remake for God of War 1, there's probably a lot of assets that you can also use for their other projects. And considering Sony Santa Monica is working on 2 major games right now, I definitely think that they probably could use the extra asset help. Prediction number 5, I think the new Uncharted game will be officially announced this year. And prediction number 6, I think the following Xbox games will be released on the PlayStation 5: Starfield, Hellblade 2, Avowed, and South of Midnight. I think the new Fable game will be announced for PS5, but it will not be released this year. It'll be released next year. What do you think? What are your predictions for 2025 in video games? Let me know in the comments. If you haven't already, give me a follow, and as always, go touch some grass.